Why do they do it? So Canon has once again brought down the cripple hammer, landed right on my third toe. That's the one I use most. I love that toe. I am searching through the chasms of my brain cavities for reasons why anybody would buy this RP over the R, or even the 62, even the 61. Help us all. Today we find out, have Canon gone too far on this one? It's an M50 full frame, crippled more than an M50. They crippled some things in the M50 from this. I can't, what?
Canon, they turned off dual pixel autofocus in 4K because they wanted $17 more. Why'd you do it?
I don't need a lot in the camera. I live in the living room of my mom's house, separated by a cardboard wall that she built for me at a Bristol board. I don't need 4K. I don't need a lot. All I really need is for some camera company to show me they care. Show me what's inside. Is there anything left in there? Show me you don't want to backhand me while we're on the street together. We're in line at a bank. I'm expecting backhands over here. So the RP is basically a full frame M50 with some features removed. No longer do we get the 720p 120 frames per second for that glorious slow motion artifacty thing that doesn't follow you. Just in and out blur slow motion X Factor shit. That had to be an interesting meeting in the boardroom at Canon headquarters. Alright boys, we need to cripple this thing and fast. We need to protect each camera we've ever made, so we'll remove one feature from each of the cameras we own in the RP to protect ourselves. Where should we begin? We could move the shutter button to the bottom of the camera so they have to use their thumbs. I like where your head is at, Bobby, but what, you have peanut butter on your shirt, so it's hard to take you serious. We could remove dual pixel autofocus in 4K. That way people might still buy the R. Oh, that's a given, Sarah. Weren't you at yesterday's meeting? That's already penciled in. Anybody else? What if we removed the least used frame rate in history, 24p? Nobody uses that anymore. I hate to interject here, boss, but every movie ever made has been shot in 24p. People, even making their stupid YouTube videos, want to appear more cinematic. They use 24p. We can't take that from them. We can and we will, Jerry. We're all sick of your go-getter attitude and that button-up shirt. Did your mom dress you? Look at your shoes, they don't even match. You're fired. So they remove the slow motion, they remove 24p, and they give us the much asked for feature of contrast detection autofocus in 4K, which everybody loved about the M50. It's worse than Panasonic's autofocus. It's a Pentax-based system developed by Minolta in 1850. And most of the people were drunk on that mission. They weren't even drinking beer, it was mead. Fucking mead. I'll be honest with you, the 4K non-autofocus, I could use that to my advantage. Just, it would be funny. Like if I just filmed a video in 4K autofocus, like I could make that work in my life. I'd prefer it not have dual pixel just because it's funnier. So for me, it's not a problem. 24p and 1080p, that's a stab. That's a stab. I film in 30p, but I want to switch over to 24p. My only problem, and I don't know what's wrong with me, it's my problem. User error here. Whenever I make a 24p video and I render it, it gets all jittery, like I'm using 1/1 shutter speed. And it's just like, why? I don't know if it's I'm filming in 23.97 and then I render it in 24 and the matrix is triggered and it just doesn't work out. But every time, so I'm sick of 24p. I just stopped using it because I was like, why is that glitching? I don't understand my life. The weird thing about removing that though from the RP is that's a blatant cripple. Like I can understand, okay, your sensor can't handle autofocus and 4K without exploding. I get that, but 24p is easier on the system than any other frame rate. Like, that's why I want to switch. It's easier to edit. Everything about it's easier. Why'd they do it? In a showdown between Thor and his hammer and Canon and their cripple hammer, just who would win? They're both mighty foes of the night. I don't know who's more powerful. I got Canon on that one. But still, with my basic ass needs, it's probably doable. I mean, I'm sitting here with a piece of fucking Bristol board trying to act as a shade enhancer. Look at that. If I don't hold it, I'm a demon. But if I bring it up, sure, it ruins the audio, but I thought ahead this time. I'm a filmmaker. If you're eyeing the Canon R or the RP and you're trying to decide, there's a certain type of person that's going to go for the RP, and those are the people that went to college and they majored in like duck calling, just like quacking out in the woods, and then they're looking for work and it's like not a lot of people hiring for that. Google Trends was wrong on that one. So you're out of work, you've been sitting on your couch, your unmade couch, and you're weak, and so you don't have much money and you don't have much strength, and that's pretty much it. You're weak and broke, so you go for the RP. It's the cheaper and lighter version, but everything else sucks in it. Sucks the thing out of a vortex into another dimension of hate. Now, will I buy it? Because most of the time I'm sitting here filming on that Sony X3000. Like, image quality is not my priority here. We've seen it. I think yesterday's video had my shirt in a technicolored vortex of weirdness. I didn't even see it. I looked at that. I kept getting comments like, what's up with your red shirt? It's all pixelated. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. It's like my saturation was boosted up. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But having this RP would make my life easier. It's easier to set up. Even with that Sony X3000, I gotta put it there and then hook up my Zoom H1 to get better audio, because having that right by my laptop just ruins it. So just for ease of use, I could see it, but I don't think I could save $1,000 and go for this ghetto ass version over the EOS R. EOS R. I'm so sorry we're not pronouncing your made up words properly, Canon. Canon EOS R. That's how you do it. When it comes to purchases like this, you save a little money and you put a little more into it. It's gonna last you a while. This isn't saran wrap here, where you go for the cheaper one. It's like, alright, whatever. It's like, who cares? It's all plastic. Like toothpaste, get the better one. People think, oh, that's $1 more. It lasts you 7 months, you dick. If you can't make the 40-cent increase work in your life over 7 months, just maybe reevaluate some shit. Maybe make some better decisions next year. But still, with its crippled features, which it irks me. Like, I don't want to support them knowing that they are knowingly crippling themselves just to protect other, like, what are they even protecting here? The M50? I got an M50 grenade with your name on it, Canon. I think it would make fine YouTube videos though. I only have a couple questions. One, is it the actual 62 sensor, and is it line skippy shit? Because I read through the specs, I don't really understand it. It said intra-frame. I was familiar with IPB, which sucks, and then All-I, which was good. And then they throw me an intra-frame, and then there's inter-frame too. What's better? So I don't know if it's that line skippy 1080p from 62 land. If it is, that's a no-go for me. And also the audio preamps, I don't know it. Did they use the 62 preamp? Because that's a no-go. But if they upgraded to the EOS R preamp, then that's better. That's doable. The real thing I was excited about was that 15 to 35 announcement, and it's a pre-announced, we're working on it announcement, maybe sometime in 2019. At least there's only a couple months left in that year. We're at the beginning here. That could be any time. If they had announced that lens, then like that's my only reason to buy into that system. It's an exciting sounding lens. It's like I could hand hold it just like I'm doing now. I could set it on the desk wide angle. I need wide angle in my life. So we don't know when that's going to be announced. It could be December 2019. I'm tired of waiting. I can't handle it anymore. The A7S III has been pushed back 14 years from its arrival. I don't want to wait. The Fuji X-H2 is nowhere in sight. The thing ain't coming. The Sony A7000? It's a myth more than Bigfoot is. I believe in Bigfoot will be found before the Sony A7000. They're working on it right now. He's in the forest. He's somewhere closer than the A7000. The XT30 just announced. I don't even know if I'll make a video on that non-flippy screen piece of shit. You piece of shit. If that was the one camera, you could have flipped it. But you Fuji flipped it. You Fuji flipped it. That's the wrong flip. So I'm gutted. I don't even know. I'll still consider it. I'm waiting for the reviews to come out. Just because it's so cheap. It's like, alright, get your first full frame camera. Other than this Micro Four loser system. So sick of you, loser. Panasonic. Nobody owns Panasonic cameras in Asia.
Panasonic, no.
No, they're no good. Panasonic. Nobody likes Panasonic. Okay. So why would I own one? Part Asian. I lived in Thailand for a year and a half. I'm Asian. So what do you think? Did they cripple this thing just enough? Or just did they go too far with that 24p? Potato Jet, I'm so sorry. I can hear him crying from here. I'll mail you a bag of potatoes. 10 pound? Organic. You gotta take the sprouts out first though. I'm sorry, I didn't know you do you like this, bro? Alright, I think we're done. This thing didn't bounce a damn thing. What was the point of that? I just wasted my time. And the funny thing is, this would be so much better looking. We got all these plants, but the exposure, I don't know how I would even begin to tackle that. The bright snowy white background and a dark face. What are you supposed to do with that? This camera has the dynamic range of a lunchbox. That's not even good. Not even good. So, we're done. What do you think of the camera? Post it down below. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.